Morning, YouTube. It's time to go out and make a little more progress on the troll drop line. I'm excited to get down in that creek bed and clear that out a little bit more, make it a little more rideable. Come join me.
Imagine you guys can tell that it's like 1,000% humidity right now. It's like 80 degrees. It's the middle of October. Goodness, it's hot. So I started by clearing out the run-up and measuring out 16 feet down from where our landing will be, and started digging out a little spot to clear out where the footings, I guess if you want to call that a footing, where those will sit. I'm going to set some 16-foot 2x6s down and use those as stringers to run our bridge up to the top. And here's one of them now.
That's pretty warm. It'll work out just fine for our purposes.
So this part was relatively important for the whole project to be successful. I really wanted to make sure that the slope wasn't too much on these, or on this bridge. It wasn't too steep so that it would kick you off to the side and drop you out. I wanted it to be fairly level. You know, getting that whole bit dug out and, you know, set properly was a big important part of the whole project, and making sure that this thing would feel safe in the long run and be rideable for all skill levels. So obviously a good chunk of that little route had to go there.
Somewhat sketchy proof of concept. Let's go get some planks. Alright guys, I'm down here at the waterfall. Getting this bucket of wood down here was comical and probably worth filming, but probably not at the same time. Can you guys hear? There's a hoot owl off in the distance. Howdy guys. Day 2. We got some appropriately sized screws now, so we can attach those deck boards, or some planks, whatever, with some relative security. And yeah, I'm excited to move it forward. It's kind of a late day getting started, but had to get out and go vote today. It's super important to get out there and do your civic responsibility, folks. I know most of you have already. It's an important year. Get out there and make your voice be heard.
Alright, well, the only real spot to anchor this thing at the bottom is right where that stake is. It's nothing but a bunch of sand at that spot, so I just hammered that guy down into the ground and screwed the 2x6 into it, and basically that is what's holding it down on the lower side. Found a couple of other places to attach it along the way, coming up that cedar and as we got up to the top, so it's secure, it's screwed into the trees, it's not going anywhere.
Got dark pretty quick. Did manage to get a few more 2x6s down there, so we'll finish that job up in the morning. Can y'all see anything? Sun's out already.
Well, Inspector, what do you think? Pass, fail? So this part doesn't look very safe yet. You might want to finish it.
But it looks fun. Especially for our kitty. So that's Spade. Crash, #1 trail cat, that's her sister. Yeah, I gotta be real honest and how upset I am right now. It's been about a week since Crash came home. I don't expect her to come home. You know, this canyon out here is pretty beautiful and natural and wild, and that means that we get critters that come up and through it all the time. And hey man, it's been a hard week. I miss her very much. Love your kitties. Hug them. Squeeze them. Ooh, snuggle them. About 48. You approve, Inspector? This one needs rubs. lots and lots of kitchen ropes.
And in this next bit, we're going to work out the details of the short little landing that will stretch out over to the next cedar.
When working with impact tools, save your ears.
As you've probably noted, I'm just using a little 1x as a spacer to get that nice 1.5 inch gap between the boards all the way up.
Phase 1 almost done. Can easily get up here now. But I think I want to stretch it out about, whatever the distance is between those two cedars. Yeah. I'll stretch it out a little further and make more of a deck out of it. More plank right there, kind of flatten it out so that you could ride up, stop, and jump off your bike, and then hike it up the rest of the way if you needed to. Sounds like a decent idea. It's going to require more lumber.
So this was the next crucial part of the project. To make sure that everything rolled out really smoothly up there, I wanted to make sure that the next bit of deck really sat down into the ground and was as level as possible and really smoothly transitioned off of the boards right onto the dirt and lifted you up out of the creek.
Building stuff in place. You really just kind of have to go with the flow of things. I mean, that's kind of the whole nature of what I've been doing down here with all of this trail building is minimal intrusion. I know this is a big intrusion, but trying to keep everything so that it flows naturally, and for the most part, you know, the only additions are just fun things that, you know, keep the fun flowing, really. So, yeah, this is fun though. It's a challenge. Alright, I managed to find a few more boards. Should be able to finish it. Yes! Just enough. And all of my scraps and mess. And I got one extra in case we need a little bit right there at the end. Yes! Perfect! Oh, it's gonna work out nice. Alright. Cue time lapse.
The last construction thing to note is I used 6-inch GRK screws to hold the 2x6s into the cedar trees that are right there, and that's basically what's keeping everything nice and straight.
Woo woo! I think we're gonna call the build part a day. I really appreciate y'all sticking with me through that part. Next up is the ride. We'll see that on the next video.